Welcome to the Nine Podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about gratitude, instant gratification, and some things like that. How to be grateful about anything, how to actually realize that you achieved a lot of things and you are not in the ground zero, because this is really devastating and a bad mindset to be. If you're feeling yourself that you are at ground zero, you're actually not. If you don't have any money, that doesn't mean you're in ground zero. If you don't have any success right now, any job or whatever, doesn't mean that you don't have all the skills that you learned through your whole life. Because money is their resources, and that's why they're called like that, resources, because they will give you something, but they'll give you an opportunity, an advantage to achieve something. Just like the car engine needs fuel, same way your engine will run smoother, will run longer, will run without any complaints with full reservoir, right? Your own car. But that doesn't mean that you are not building a gas station every mile with the skills you have. You could be in this place in which you are right now, building the structures, building the highway, and on this highway you're gonna drive with the car with 200 kilometers per hour, and also you're gonna have a gas station every 5 miles, let's say, because you set it up before even starting the car. And just imagine what will be the final destination when you start the car. How fast you're gonna reach whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever you desire, whatever you dream for. Because there will be no problem simply to stop and recharge. Simply to stop and get the full tank in 5 minutes without even paying the money, because the gas stations are yours. You own them. You own the whole highway. You own the car. It's not on loan. You own the road. You own the gas stations. And you are alone on this highway. Can you imagine how far you can come and how far you can go? And the highway is endless, because your dreams are endless. That's why you have to be grateful. Of course, you can feel stuck in whatever, but real life, this is real life. And we kind of fall into this life because we actually don't know if this is the real life. but this is the reality right now. The reality around us, the reality that humans structured for themselves. That's why we have to win in this environment, in this reality. And we're gonna conquer. We're gonna conquer every single bit of it. Because people like us are the ones with the endless highways, are the ones with the most comfortable cars that we were building years with the most untouchable cars and unbreakable that will never break, or when break we're gonna stop in the just next gas station and there will be a mechanic in there. In every gas station there will be a mechanic. There will be whatever we need in every stop, and we will gonna fix whatever we need in a bit with a snap of a finger. This is our brain. We have to fix ourselves just like that in a matter of minutes, simply because we have to train it. We have to train our brain that we are dominating here. We are not simply existing here. We are living to dominate, to conquer, and to win over ourselves. The instant gratification is the thing that keeping us poor, keeping us screwed, keeping us stuck. Exactly this. That's why we have to train it like a muscle. Just like we train the instant gratification muscle, in the same way we have to train our long-term gratification muscle, or however it's called. Because can you imagine your whole life, or at least let's say, it matters how old you are actually, but let's say you are 25. For the past 10 years at least, you living in instant gratification. Imagine if you're 15, your whole life you're living in instant gratification. Because it matters where you're born, how you lived, but in the good countries, most of the people that are, let's say, 30, until 15 or 20, they were living normally. Past 10-15 years, they started using the instant gratification. So they're stuck at worst at worst time in their lives, and it's harder for them to grow up and grow over. So how to train the long-term gratification muscle? Just like that, you have to take idols. You have to learn from people that are successful, and not only that, every middle-aged person, every old person have that skill. They simply don't something similar every day, every one of their days in their whole life. Can you imagine for the past 4 years to go to work from 9 to 5, 6 days a week, every single day, 5 days, 6 days? Oh, those people, they have the secret. They simply cannot use it in their advantage because they don't know that they have that opportunity, that they have that skill, that they are stronger than 95% of people nowadays. And they have it out of thin air because they were struggling. But they're doing it like they're born that way. They're kinda does born that way. Today I watched a video, probably you've seen it, a jar, and they put flies in the jar. They lit the jar, closed the jar, and left it like that for 3 days. Then they open up the jar, and the flies never fly away. They were flying to the lid and no beyond, like ever. And also, all of their cats will do the same. By default, they will learn themselves that this is the line, they cannot cross it. And they will never fly beyond. Simply because their parents were told that way. Can you imagine how hard it is for us to fly beyond? So you have to rely on yourself, and you have to do the reality check again, and to know what you're worth and not to get disappointed by you, how stuck you are. You're not. You are not. If you're thinking every single day, if you're living healthy, you're not. And you're not going down. You simply have to work a little bit more. You have to hustle. And if you want actually to be the one that dominates, so we have to do it daily. I spoke about it. I'm recording this podcast kind of every day. I'm working out every day. I'm studying every day, reading books, journaling every day. This is part of the hustle. Of course, I learned it long ago, but if you're not into this, in this mindset, in this process, you're actually falling over from the domination path, domination pathway, and the driveway will gonna be without a car, because the discipline, the daily grinding is actually the car, and it's up on you at how many miles this car will go. Because imagine you're in Germany in the Autobahn and you can go as fast as you want, and there is no speed limits. Even to your own car, you can go with 1,000 kilometers or miles or whatever. You can. You simply have to do it. Yeah, it's not simple, but it's not hard as well. If something could happen in your mind, it could happen in your life. Also, I want to add something for the long time gratification or whatever. You have to practice this like a muscle. What I mean like that. So when you wake up, you're opening TikTok or whatever, let's say, you close it. 20 minutes after, you do something. 20 minutes after, you open it again, or you go to Instagram. Okay, then you have work to do, you do 15 minutes work, again you go to Instagram or TikTok. What you're practicing? Doing work or going to TikTok and Instagram? Exactly. You're practicing the instant gratification. And every time you're gonna do less and less work. That's why, in the same manner, you have to practice the opposite thing. Let's say, like I do, kinda 45 minutes work or 50 minutes work, 10 or 15 minutes break. But when these 10 or 15 minutes end, you start all over again. Then you work 50 minutes or 45 minutes, and then you again break 10-15 minutes. Do it all over the whole day, as long as you could. And you have to do it at least 3 to 4 times a day to be the most productive. Then you have to continue in it at least 4 or more hours. If you do it 8 hours a day, if you don't have a job or whatever, if you don't go to school, if you are building your own thing, perfect. But this is the skill you have to learn, simply because it's easier to go to work, to be slave to somebody, and actually you're a slave to yourself by working to somebody, because you sold yourself. I spoke about it in a different podcast. You sold yourself. Think about it. You even signed a paper about it. Never mind. So if you don't make yourself accountable, if you don't teach yourself this discipline, somebody else will use you. And they will not hesitate. And you will never gonna be any different. So imagine somebody that is overweight. Let's say he's 300 pounds. And all of a sudden he wants to, like, somebody asks him, oh, how are you eating, whatever, and he said, oh, I'm balanced in life, I'm eating balanced. And okay, he could eat, let's say, 2000 calories, and even, let's say, 15, 16 and 17, and okay, he should losing weight, right? And also he is balanced. Actually, he is not. He cannot be balanced when he was unbalanced his whole life. Imagine you were eating sugar 10 years. Right now, all of a sudden, but you were eating sugar all day long. Let's say 200 grams of sugar a day, and your daily income is 30 grams or something like that. You're eating 10 times more every day for 10 years. And all of a sudden you started eating 30 grams a day. And now you're balanced. No, you're not balanced. You were... those 10x sugar will not get out of your body. And even you eat enough for your daily income. So that means those 10x are staying there forever. Right now, you have to eat zero sugar, or even do something else to extract the sugar out of your body for 10 more years. Then you could start eating your daily intake and to say I'm balanced. That's why with the instant gratification, you're practicing for 10 years. Right now you have to practice the other thing, the late gratification, at least a couple years. So you can say that you're balanced, but it's really easy to fall over and to go into instant gratification again. So you have to hustle every day and to have the conscious mind ready all the time, and to know what you're doing, and to know who you are and where you're going and how fast your car you want to be and how untouchable. Because every instant gratification could be the little rock that will turn over the car. You have to build it over again. So drive the car, leave the rocks on the road to, in the beginning, hit your windshield or scratch you or whatever, but then to be gone out of the road, to never even had rocks on the road. We're gonna do it together, over again. Thank you for your time and have a good one.